Hi guys, welcome back. First of all, thanks a lot for liking and subscribing to my channel Home Learners. I'm highly obliged to receive such a good response for my previous playlist that was on linear regression using Excel. And on demand and request from my engineering students, I'm starting with a new playlist from today that's for computer graphics. So learning new concepts and programming skills in computer graphics. So today we are going to see some basic concepts in computer graphics. To start with, let us have a look with the definition and applications of computer graphics. So in layman terms, what is computer graphics? Computer graphics is nothing but a system that takes input as coordinates and gives output as image. So when I say computer graphics is not only coloring an image, but basically it is to create an image and to manipulate an image. So when I say manipulating an image, it could be anything from moving the image on your screen to changing the size of the image to providing rotation to an image. So these are nothing but simple manipulations to an image. Now, getting into the depth of the definition, a graphic system will require an input that is nothing but coordinates and will give me the output as an image, a 2D image or a 3D image. Now, for example, if I give one coordinate to the graphic system, it will plot me a point. If I give two coordinates to the graphic system, it will plot me a line. If I give three coordinates to the graphic system, it will plot me a triangle. Okay, so this is in short what we mean by computer graphics. Let's get into some applications of computer graphics. One good application of computer graphics is right now in front of you. That is nothing but the presentation that I am displaying. This is nothing but one of the good examples of computer graphics wherein a lot of graphics is involved here and some sort of animation. So applications of computer graphics we have divided into four types. One is display of information, second is design, third is user interfaces, and the fourth is simulation. So when I say display of information, I could see nowadays many sort of data visualizations, the data analytics field, many graphics information. Then when we draw graphs, we got bar plots, we got scatter plots, we got line graphs, we have got n number of visualizations and also scientific visualizations in it. Next is design. So when I talk about design, we are talking about graphics design. Good example you could see on my presentation. Next is web designing. The next part is computer aided design being used by architects, being used by civil engineering to define structures. Next is user interfaces. A very happening topic nowadays, that is user interfaces. We also call it as UI. So when I talk about UI, I talk about digital art on social media, on learning platforms. Next, very good is gaming, and the last one is virtual reality. Many gamings, many educational e-learning platforms are getting into virtual reality, and the last is simulation. So sitting at your place, how do you do computer simulations? That is programming simulations. Next is education simulation, and the last is flight simulation. Flight simulation is just a random example that I have picked up here. So these are some of the applications of computer graphics. Okay, so the next thing that we will be moving on is basic terminologies in computer graphics. So when I say it with terminologies, we start with a basic terminology, and that is nothing but what's a pixel. So what's a pixel? A pixel stands for picture element. So the full form is picture element, and a pixel is a single dot on a screen that makes up an image. Okay, so to my right, if you are not able to understand it, let me explain this to you. Now this is nothing but a matrix, okay, wherein I have got m number of pixels vertically. So there are m rows and there are n columns in my image. Okay, so every cell out here is nothing but a pixel. So this is how my computer represents a pixel. And this is how my graphic screen represents an image. So my image in graphics is nothing but a matrix of m by n. M pixels vertically, n pixels horizontally. And out here we have identified this as 1 pixel. So if there are m cross n is the size of my image, so then there are m cross n pixels in my image. For example, if my image has got 2 cross 2 size, that means 2 rows, 2 columns, then my image size, then my number of pixels are 4 in that case. Okay. So now one more example that we could see here. Out here I've got 8 columns and there are 7 rows. So there are 8 columns and 7 rows. That means how many pixels are there? There are 56 pixels out here. Okay, so now we are addressing one of the pixels here. And what is the location of this pixel? It's at fifth column and fifth row. Okay, so it's at fifth row and fifth column. That is the address of the pixel. Each square block is nothing but a pixel. Then when I say a pixel is a single dot, it actually doesn't, it is not a dot, but it is a square. So some facts about pixel. A pixel is square on your screen. Next is, it is nothing but the smallest addressable unit on a screen. The last is, the color of the pixel is variable. We'll see about this in our next session, in our next slide. Okay. Now, once we are done with pixel, we should also know what is resolution. We are using this nowadays in my televisions, in my graphic screen, when I am going into gaming, everywhere we are being asked for resolution. So what is resolution? Resolution is nothing but number of pixels that can be displayed on a screen without overlap. That is called as resolution. So now resolution of a screen can be expressed as x cross y. Now what is this x? Number of horizontal pixels, that is columns. Y is number of vertical pixels, that is rows. So this is x cross y. Okay, this means 640 rows and 480 columns in my image. So this is a simple example of resolution, that is 640 cross 480. Out here to my right I could see an image wherein if I pick up this particular image, I've got 4 columns and 4 rows. Okay, so this size, this resolution becomes 4 cross 4 out here. Okay, if I come on my left hand side, I have got 16 columns and 16 rows here. So my resolution becomes 16 cross 16. So when I say 4 cross 4, that means there are in all 16 pixels. When I say 16 cross 16, that means there are 16 multiplied by 16 pixels in my image. So that is nothing but what we mean by resolution. Now, what is the impact of resolution on my image? A very good example here. This is the example of a low resolution screen. Why? Because the size of the pixel, the spacing between individual x and y out here is more. Okay, so I could see only 16 pixels here as we have divided it into 4 cross 4. Rather, if I make this low resolution screen a high resolution screen by increasing the rows and columns, that means to 16 cross 16, I could add fine details to my image. Right, so this is nothing but what we mean by low resolution and high resolution. To my bottom you could see again very good example of low resolution, high resolution. This is 1 cross 1. This is resolution 2 cross 2. This is resolution 5 cross 5. Now I hope you could see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 cross 5. Next, we again increase the resolution to 10 cross 10. We go on increasing the resolution till 100 cross 100. I hope the picture is very clear. What will happen if I shift from low resolution to a high resolution? As I said, from low resolution to high resolution, the fine details of the images can be captured very properly. So this is what we mean by resolution. Now, one more terminology, that is nothing but aspect ratio. Why do we need aspect ratio? what is need for aspect ratio? Now, try understanding this. If I am drawing a picture on a 4 cross 4 image, okay, if I am drawing a picture on a 4 cross 4 image, and then I am moving that picture from a 4 cross 4 display to a display that is of size 640 cross 480, what will happen? The picture will get distorted. It will be stretched from somewhere, it will be elongated from the other side, the width could increase. So what we want is, we want the proportion of the images to be maintained properly. Okay, so if I say I have drawn a square in a square display, then it should look like a square in a rectangular display. I hope you're understanding this. So what do? Is we do something called as aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is basically a correction factor that is being automatically done to your images when you are into different resolutions. Okay, so aspect ratio is the width to height ratio of an image. And what is the width to height ratio of an image? If the resolution of the screen is 640 cross 480, then the aspect ratio will be 640 divided by 480, that is 4 is to 3. This is an example of 4 is to 3. This is an example of 16 is to 9. Okay, so if I shift an image from 4 is to 3 to 16 is to 9, automatically it will be corrected and I won't see any stretched or elongated effect in my image. So that is nothing but why do we need aspect ratio. Next we move on to the hardware of computer graphics. So what all things do I need? So when I talk about input devices, what am I needing in input devices? So these are the different input devices that I need. A mouse, a pointing device, a trackball that is being used in games, a data tablet used by graphics designers. Next is a joystick, again used in gaming, a pointing device, and a space ball. Next comes a light pen wherein you could directly modify it on your screen, the images on your screen. So that's nothing but the input devices. We move on to the output devices. The output devices are monitors, graphic plotters, and nothing but printer. Different types of printers. Plotters are basically when I want to get the graphics on big charts, so then I use plotters. This is all about hardware. Next we move on to color of a pixel. What's color in graphics? Color or intensity of a pixel is nothing but the value of a pixel. So as I said in my previous slides, my image is nothing but a matrix of numbers basically. So if it is nothing but numbers, I need to represent every pixel by a number, and this number is nothing but the intensity or the color of the pixel. So to my bottom, I have got on my left an image of size 5 cross 5, and I could see only two colors here, black and white. My second image, I have again 5 cross 5 image, but now I could see different gray shades in it. In my third section, again an image of 5 cross 5, but I could see colors in it. Okay, so these are nothing but three different types of images. One is black and white, another one is grayscale, third one is a color image. How to assign color to a pixel? So when I'm assigning color to a pixel, this is nothing but a black and white image that is called as monochrome display. Intensity is either black or white. Similarly, grayscale display, intensity of the pixel is anything between black and white. So I've got different shades of gray here. Next is a color display. So intensity of a pixel is a combination of red, green and blue color. That's RGB color. So this is all about color of a pixel. Now for more updates, and my next lecture series will be on color management and storage requirement for an image. If you like the channel, if you like the video, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel Home Learners. You could also like my Facebook page Easy Home Learners, Insta page Easy Home Learners. Thank you. Stay tuned.